Hey, welcome everyone. This is Mike from ZoZoStockWatch.com, and this is going to be your stock watch list. And let's get ready for the week ahead, November 5th through November 9th. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the markets and the action for the week that passed real fast. I won't spend too much time on it, but it was a nice bounce back for the markets overall. You had the SMH for the week bounce almost 8%. The home builders percentage-wise, bounced about 7%. The materials sector bounced 6%. The mining bounced 5% here. XLF banks bounced almost 4.5% for the week. The IWM made a nice comeback this week. The XBI was up, and the IBB were both up about 4%. Those are the biotech sectors. The NASDAQ composite was up 2.65%, but Friday we did move down 77 points. For Friday on the S&P 500, we were down 17, and on the Dow Jones, we were down about 110 points for the day on Friday. If we look at some of the items that were down last week, we had the VIX, the volatility index, was down about 19%. The oil took a big hit, down about 7% on oil. JNUG was down about 2% for the week. The OIH services sector, Halliburton, Schlumberger, Rig, that was down 2%. The utilities were down a little bit fractionally on the utilities. Silver was up fractionally for the week, and the XLK was up fractionally, and the XOP was up fractionally for the week. The transports themselves last week, the IYT was up 4%. All right, and we had the Dow Jones itself for the week was up about 2.36% for those. If we go ahead and look at some of the markets, so I won't dwell too much on this. We got this bottom bounce here. The markets were definitely oversold. If we look at the RSI on the bottom of my daily chart here on the SPY, you notice I have a line going through the 50. We're still below the 50 mark on the RSI on the daily chart for the SPY. I would say, the markets are, still in a dangerous place, but we are entering into, the statistically positive seasonality period. We're just looking for confirmation right now and follow through. We're underneath the 200 SMA on the SPY here. We have this, the 200 SMA is currently at 276.16. So we need to get back above that, and also then we have that 280 spot where we kind of started this big rally back in, we'll call it July or so. And then that took us up to the new highs. So that 280 will be an area that needs to be watched for the SPY. But right now on our RSI, the 14 RSI right now still below the 50 spot. Let's look at the IWM real fast. So we got a nice bounce back off of this 145. As you can see, it was definitely oversold, and now here's the bounce. But some could say this is kind of still in a bearish flag pattern here, and this 145 will be closely watched, and then this 155 area for the IW. We'll have to see what's going to come about for next week. A lot of mixed signals for the market, right? Trump top advisor Larry Kudlow, he was on CNBC, and the cabinet was not asked to draw up a trade plan for China. Then Trump, comes out, says he and China's Xi had a long and very good trade conversation. So that's kind of sending mixed signals to the market. It's kind of why we trailed off on Friday too, because we were getting those mixed signals. One good thing that we did have on Friday was the jobs number came out. They smashed estimates with a gain of 250,000. Now this was Friday. Wage gains passed 3% for the first time since the recession. All right, so a nice wage gain there. The economy looking strong. We just need everybody to get on the same page as far as what they're talking about as far as the tariff with China. So that's going to weigh on the markets until it doesn't. Most of the companies that are reporting better than expected earnings. The S&P rose 2.4% last week, led by materials and financial sectors. Value stocks are stronger than growth stocks right now. You have the FANG stocks, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google. Facebook and Apple. Apple had earnings last week. Then they said that they're going to change the way that they're not going to report on their iPhone sales and their products each quarter. So that put a damper on the Apple bounce there on Friday. And then, like I said, we have the report that Trump asked the cabinet to draft a China deal, and then Trump denies asking for the trade deal. And then the encouraging employment data, the jobs number came out, the wage increase. Markets rose Friday, and then investors got worried about higher interest rates because of the wage inflation that might be coming into the market now, and we return towards some concerns, trade concerns also for Friday. So that's what drove us down. Let's go ahead and look at the action in the SPY real fast for Friday. And let me make this bigger for you. Here's the pre-post market chart of the SPY. We bounced. We came out of the market. We gapped up Friday morning. We came up to about this 276 area. Then we slowly pulled back for the rest of the day as that tariff talk came out. Then going into the close, this is kind of where, maybe there was going to be progress made with the tariff talk. So we got this pop up towards the close here, and then we just trailed off for the rest of the session. And then in the after hours, as you can see, nothing much happening, but the market was getting uncertain vibes from all the different headlines coming out. And on a Friday, most traders will just take some of that money. But we did get this pop towards the end of the day. So now we'll have to see how that plays out as far as the futures tonight in the Sunday overnight session coming up. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the action coming up for the week ahead for you. All right. And so it's going to be a lot of earnings again this week coming up. All right, we have bookings. Used to be the old price line. Bookings will be after the bell on Monday. Mylan also coming out with earnings. Marriott, OAS, Oasis is an oil company. Avis Budget Cars will be reporting. As far as Tuesday after the bell, you have here, HEAR, Turtle Beach, Twilio, TWLO, Etsy, Match. Prior to that on Tuesday, you have Lilly LLY reporting. CVS will be reporting. Before the bell on Wednesday, you have Groupon, Michael Kors, KORS symbol there. After the close, Square, SQ, Roku, Win, Qualcomm will all be reporting after the bell on Wednesday. Thursday, you have Disney coming out with earnings, and then you have the Trade Desk reporting earnings after the bell Thursday after the close. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the economic information coming up for the week ahead. All right, and this is the Trade Exchange calendar. If you have this calendar, I usually put it out on my Twitter feed. So you can just click on the green and then you'll get the drop down menu for the earnings that are coming up for each and every day. You can see it's packed before the bell and after the bell on Monday. But as far as the economic information, now in the red is all the FOMC information. So you have some Fed speak going on Monday. There's a Fed meeting that begins. Now, it's not expected that they're supposed to raise rates at this meeting. but we shall see. The FOMC meeting begins Wednesday the 7th, and then the announcement is made Thursday on the 8th at 2 p.m. So that's going to be Thursday because we have the midterm elections that will be happening on Tuesday the 6th. So that's more uncertainty for the markets, the midterm elections, and then the FOMC announcement coming out on Thursdays. So it could be very choppy or very quiet up until we get the results of the midterm election and maybe until we get the announcement of the Fed meeting. Now, there is no presser after that, so most are saying that they don't expect the Fed to be raising rates this time around because there is no, news presser where they come out where Jerome Powell speaks. So they're saying that it's not likely that he's going to raise rates this time around. All right, but keep it in mind, I guess he could, and we'll see what happens. All right, Donald Trump has been spewing at the Fed, saying, they're crazy for raising the rates and whatnot. So we'll see how this all plays out. As far as other economic information coming out, it's pretty straightforward. For the rest of the week, the key things, once again, the midterm elections on Tuesday the 6th. Make sure you go out and vote. And then you have the FOMC announcement coming out. I've seen tweets like this out there for President Trump. Sanctions are coming November 5th. So, and if you follow President Trump on Twitter, with the midterm elections, I mean, his Twitter feed has just been going like a mile a minute. He's been tweeting every minute, pretty much. Let's go ahead and get this out of your way, and let's go ahead and take a look at some of the worst stocks for the week. All right, so we had Triple D. That stock dropped 21% for the week on Triple D. Another stock that was, making our list as stocks that were down this week. Apple makes that list. I can't remember the last time I had Apple on worst stocks of the week, but down 4% for the week. For Apple, GE continues to move down 18% on General Electric this past week. WTW, they announced earnings, stock dropped 26% on Weight Watchers there. KHC also had earnings come out. They missed. They lost 7% for the week. GoPro, another stock that reported earnings, this stock dropped 11% for the week. ALKS, this stock dropped 9%. FDA has concerns over the review of their treatment for depression. So ALKS, some concerns by the FDA there, so that dropped that one down 9%. EGRX, they did not meet the primary endpoints on this one, so this stock dropped 11%. CLVS, wider than expected quarter 3 losses for CLVS. Stock dropped 19% for the week. ADVM, discontinued development in a phase 1-2 trials there, so that one was taken down 22% for the week on ADVM. TRVN, FDA requested additional data from this stock, biotech name, down about 16% on that. So that's some of the worst as also. So we had Under Armour with some nice gains this week, up 32% for the week. They had earnings come out, and this moved up very nicely. Nike also climbed this week, up 6%. Foot Locker also moving up 7% for the week on Foot Locker. SSYS, they came out with earnings, and they did the complete opposite of 3D Systems. This one moved up about 22% for the week. We had BEAT, this stock moving up 29% for the week. Very strong there on BEAT, bouncing off the 34 moving average right here on the weekly chart. Also, we had Red Hat. They were a buyout by IBM. The stock moved up 48% after that buyout on IBM. Speaking of IBM, that stock dropped 7% for the week. That should have been on my worst stocks for the week. So IBM moving down, Red Hat moving up. AKAM, their earnings came out, and this stock moved up 16% for the week on AKAM. CSIQ also moved up this week 12%. Run, another solar play, even with oil down, this stock moved up 14, 15% for the week on Sunrun. Fit. Had their earnings come out, and it looks like people got stuck leaning the wrong way on Fit, maybe some late to the party shorts, taking it on the chin here, thinking, this thing was going to go down to zero. But anyway, their earnings came out. Stock went up 34% on FIT. NCR also up this week, 13%. Goose. From Canada, a Canadian company, Canada Goose Holdings. This stock moved up 23% for the week as we bounced off the 40 SMA, the yellow dotted line you see here. That's equal to the 200 SMA off the daily. So nice bounce there in GOOS. Deckers, DECK, had a nice week, up 14%. Costco had a nice week, up 5%. Macy's had a good week, up about 10% for the week as we go into the holiday seasons there for Macy's. MU, STX, MU was up 14%. STX had earnings come out on Friday. This one moved up 14% also. Good earnings there. WDC also a kind of a real beaten down weekly chart here on WDC, but this one climbed 8% on WDC. SBUX, they had earnings come out this week. Stock moved up 11% on Starbucks for the week that passed. Big candle here. Maybe getting a little overextended now. RSI is up here at about 70 on the weekly. Starbucks, nice big pop there, 11% after their earnings came out. Tesla had a good week this week. Stock was up 5% for the week. CATS. A medical care stock was up 34% for the week. ESPR, positive top line data here for phase 3. So ESPR climbed 33% for the week. SBBP had a good week, up 32% for the week here. First, FDA approved oral drug for adult growth hormone. So that was the news on SBBP. And then we had DNLI collaboration with Sanofi, and this stock moved up 20% on DNLI. GX, they released updated data on phase 1, so this stock moved up 30% for the week. We had TTD. This stock climbed 16% for the week on TTD. And then Sage, they got the FDA votes that they needed for one of their products. This stock was up 15%. The vote came in at 17 to 1. They opened this stock on Friday. And this stock powered up 15% for the week. Here's the action in the after hours. So they closed it at 137.55, and then in the after hours they opened it at 5:15 on Friday. Stock moved up to 148.50 here on SAGE. All right, so that's some of your best stocks for the week. Here's some news courtesy of the Trade Exchange that either broke this weekend or came out Friday after the bell. Some of the top insider purchases that they have listed here. INSM CEO purchased there, and a couple of them on INSM. Neighbors, Industries, there's an insider purchase there. We had HUN Chemical Company, CFO purchased 7,500 shares. Zion, there was an insider purchase, and then PATK, a director purchase also. So that's some of your after hours purchases or top insider purchases that came out Friday after the bell. Some other news that came out, syndicate news, AGRX filed form, S3 100 million mixed shelf, ONCS, up to a 30 million common stock offering there. SHLX filed form, S3 1 billion in mixed shelf security. So that's some of the news courtesy of the trade exchange that came out after the bell Friday. Let's go ahead and get into the watch list. This coming week. So some stocks I'll be watching for Monday. We can keep an eye on this ABIO. Had 1.8 million shares traded Friday. Now this is an under $1 name. Has that 82 cents up above. Keep that one on watch. ACRX had a very strong Friday. They had news come out on, I think it was Thursday. They reopened it on Friday, and the stock moved up. Got up. We actually got a trade in this in the service from 475, pushed up to about 5 and change on ACRX. So this one will be on watch. Trying to turn, getting back above the 10 SMA here, and so this one will be on watch intraday. Now the RSI not above 50 yet on this daily chart, so not seeing that 50 spot break on that RSI, but it'll be on watch. APH. All right, so APHA was just added to the NYSE. All right, it used to be a Toronto stock, Canadian stock, Canadian marijuana stock, have been approved for the NYSE. So this stock started trading Friday. It's a cannabis stock, APHA. So this one will be on watch for next week. The other ones I'll be watching now. With all this trade talk and whatnot, back and forth, if they do come to some sort of an agreement, you're going to have BABA. Definitely have BABA on watch. You can also have a Yin, YIN. This is the 3 times bull, the ETF, Yin, YINN. So keep an eye on this one. If the United States and China do come to some kind of agreement, or if talks are improving, you could get a nice move there. Or FXI could also make a nice turn. As you can see, it's been pretty beaten down. The FXI or the YINN, Yin. All right, so keep an eye on those two. Some other names that you might want to watch in the China, Billy, BILI. IQ, I always watch this one every day, but that one hasn't been doing much. HUYA is trying to bounce a little bit. Now, IQ just had earnings, what was it, last week? I don't think they did well with their earnings, so this stock, maybe it'll turn. We'll have it on watch. If things get better between United States and China. Some other stocks I'll be watching. CNAT had a lot of volume come into it. CNAT, 1.9 million shares on CNAT, held this $4 area. Nice, big, strong candle Friday. CRBP has been holding up, has that 750 area up ahead on CRBP. CRMD, a nice 5.5 million shares. RSI starting to get up over that 50 spot on the daily chart. Dries has been holding up pretty well. Nice bounce here for Dries off of 5, coming up to about that 650 area on Dries, so that should be on watch. EMES had a good Friday, up 3.9 million shares traded on EMES, so this one will be on watch. EYES could also be on watch as it's trying to get up over this 200 SMA, about 462,000 shares, some expanding volume there. FLKS still trying to get up over that 75-cent spot on FLKS. Maybe if it does that, could fill part of this gap area, or maybe at least get up to $1 if you like these names. Fred. has been hanging in there, trying to get up over 305. Now I'll have to watch these on intraday, but Fred has been turning the corner. It is above the 200 SMA here for Fred. Galt also getting a little bit of buying on Friday now. Volume a little bit light for me. I like this one better if it can get up over the 50 SMA on Galt, G-A-L-T. INVA, we had 1.7 million shares come into this name. Look at that $16 number up ahead on INVA. Keep an eye on that one. Maybe a little bit extended here. We've come from 14 up to about $16, so maybe it needs to consolidate a little bit on that one. KR has been hanging in there, kind of a defensive name for this type of market right now. KR trying to get up over this 30-50 area for that one. Keep an eye on that. Possible swing trade. Another one in the China area, KWeb. Now this has like BABA in it. Some of those Chinese like Baidu, things like that are in this ETF. Now you notice it came up to the 50 SMA here on KWeb. Volume was 3.8 million. The 50 SMA is currently at 4612. So if things improve in relations between China and the United States, KWeb might want to make a move. Keep it on watch. LTHM is a recent IPO. It's the only pure lithium play out there. Had a nice strong week, up about 8% for the week on this IPO. So if electric cars and lithium batteries, things like that, are going to remain strong, this LTHM could just be getting started. I'll keep my eye on this one. It was very strong on Friday. Almost a million shares came into this name. Now there was recent highs back here of about $9.27, $9.30. So keep this one on watch. Maybe a possible breakout on this name. Let's look at the weekly on this one real fast. Yeah, so we're coming up. We're right here at the 150 SMA. You see, we've hit it before on the weekly chart. Now we're here again. The 150 SMA is at 911, so that's exactly where we are on NPTN. So keep this one on watch. Could make a further move there. Ali, a retailer. If it could take out the highs from Friday, maybe this thing could get going over, 95 bucks. Then maybe we can get a continuation move past this 96 area. And then after that, you have the all-time high here of 97.61. So I'd have to say it would have to get up over 95 first. All right, we're at 92.73. It's a retailer. Keep an eye on that one. Oracle has been holding up okay. It's not a favorite of mine, but as a swing trader, right, you got to kind of respect this chart right now. It is trying to, maybe get back above the $50 area, 49 and change area on Oracle. So keep an eye on that one. PTI, another one of these intraday plays. We actually traded this, what was it, Thursday or Friday last week, and we had a very nice move in it on PTI. It's been holding up okay, so keep that one on watch. RGSE, small little under 50-cent name, real good solar, another one of these solars. So you had CSIQ, right, moving up this week. We had that on the best stocks for the week. Run moving up, and then this RGSE moving up strong this week. So keep that one on watch. First Solar. Was up 9% this week also on First Solar. SPWR, SunPower did not participate this week. SPWR, so just going through a few solars there. STGN is a shipper. Shippers have been doing well recently. 8.6 million shares, back above the 50 SMA. Might want to keep an eye on that one. TDOC has a very nice chart here for swing traders, trying to get up over this $75 area on TDOC. If you're a swing trader, keep an eye on that. Ulta bouncing back nicely here. You can see this consolidation going on in Ulta. All right, so maybe up over that 283 area for Ulta, and it might continue on. Earnings are not until the 6th of December on ULTS. GN, another one you might want to watch. Volume, though, only 200,000 shares right now, but it is holding up. If you like this one, check it out on intraday basis only. VTGN biotech name for right now. VVUS was getting some extended. Expanding volume, I should say, on Friday. Nice move up. Decent candle. Held most of the gains. The high was 428 on this name, so keep an eye on that one to the public. So if you would like to come and check us out for the November 6th, 7th, and 8th, we'll be open to the public for those 3 days. Just fill out a name, put your email, send that to us, and we'll send you the link to the service. That link will be down and provided for you in the description box down below this video. All right, everybody, have a good day trading for Monday. We'll be back with you each night for stocks to watch list, and we'll see what this market wants to do. All right, market's still a little bit dangerous right now for swing traders, but intraday trading has been very good. We'll see you along the way, and have a good day trading Monday.